our salary was sufficient. We were managing whatever we had, and it wasn't a burden at all. We were content. The kids were fine. I mean, we didn't have a lavish lifestyle. We went on vacations to our families, the grandparents, etc. We didn't have lavish vacations, but it was always good. You know, there was nothing we felt like we missed. We love the outdoors, and that's what rejuvenates us. And so we would take the kids and walk in parks. We would go to playgrounds. We would, you know, all the county parks, all the state parks. We spent a lot of time there. When we had time off, we'd all get in the car and go to a lake and fish and catch frogs and do whatever and walk around all seasons. All seasons. We were outdoors, and the outdoor sports, those are the things we loved, and that's what we did. My kids were 5, 3, and 2, and they did church. They didn't know anything different. They set up every weekend. They went to church for hours. And our goal was not to make them hate the church, but to love the church. And to keep that simple, I mean, we made it family. It was our family. Because we were doing church, everything else, kind of our life was 24/7 church. We talked about church. We lived church. People mattered. People mattered everywhere we went. Well, I went back to work specifically to pay for the kids' college. That was the reason I went back to work. And I loved it. I enjoyed it. I had my degree in nursing, and I was never sad to stop because I loved being a mom, and I was glad to be home and raise the kids. And especially once we started the church, the crazy schedules and Mark's schedule and all the things that happened, I was happy to be at home and kind of be that foundational, provide a place for him to just land and to keep order in the home. And I loved that. I loved being home. But when I had to go back, I was great. I was fine going back. I loved my work. I loved my job. And God had provided that degree, and I used it. And so He, in a sense, provided that planning way back when I was in college. And when I went back to work, we didn't change our lifestyle. We kept living within our means. We were tithing, we were saving, we were living within our means. We were not in debt except for our house. And we continued to drive used cars. And basically what I was making was going, I didn't hardly even see it. It went in the checkbook and right back out to college. But God provided what we needed without having to strain our lifestyle. We were able to maintain a lifestyle that was simple, and we were still able to be generous. And Mark is a very, very generous person, and it's important that he's able to be generous. There were obviously times when, you know, things were difficult, but even in the difficult, when we would get back to the basics, you know, we have a place to live, we have a great church, we have a great family, we have the things we need to survive, and we just have to move on from there. And we may not have had a lot of things or a lot of money all the time, but God provided what we needed. And He gave us direction, and that was the thing. We needed the direction to just keep moving the church in the direction He already had planned. Here's the direction I want you to go. This is where I'm leading. Follow me, and I will lead you through it. And He did. And when we weren't sure how we were going to do it, God was faithful, and He just said, keep taking your next step, keep taking your next step, keep taking it. So. My kids they're great kids. They're successful. They serve God. They serve Christ. They have great spouses, and I'm just thankful. And I feel like that is God's blessing to us, for sure.